Hello everyone! Today we're delving into the mysterious realm of the human brain, uncovering some mind-blowing secrets. A marvel of nature and a powerhouse of the human body, the brain is an enigma wrapped in a riddle. With its billions of neurons firing away every second, it's the ultimate command center controlling everything we do, think, and feel. But did you know there's a lot more to this 3-pound mass of gray and white matter than meets the eye? Yes, indeed. From its extraordinary ability to adapt and change, known as neuroplasticity, to its seemingly superhuman sensory abilities, and the fascinating intricacies of memory storage and retrieval, there are countless secrets hidden within its folds. These are secrets that science is only beginning to unravel, and they promise to change our understanding of what it means to be human. So buckle up as we dive in to explore. We've all heard the old saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But when it comes to the brain, that couldn't be further from the truth. The human brain is not a static organ, set in its ways. It's dynamic, adaptable, and ever-changing. This incredible ability of the brain to modify its own structure and function is known as neuroplasticity, a term that combines neuron, the nerve cells in our brain, and plastic, meaning malleable or modifiable. In the realm of neuroscience, neuroplasticity is a big deal. It's the brain's way of tuning itself to the demands of our experiences. Let's say you decided to learn a new language or pick up a musical instrument. As you practice and repeat these skills, your brain begins to change. The regions associated with these tasks become more active and form stronger connections, while the less used pathways weaken. This ability to rewire itself is the brain's secret weapon for learning, adapting, and even recovering from injury. But neuroplasticity isn't just about learning new skills. It's also a crucial player in our brain's ability to recover from damage. Whether it's a stroke, a traumatic brain injury, or a neurological condition like Parkinson's, the brain's plastic nature can help restore lost functions. It does so by rerouting neural pathways, reassigning tasks to undamaged areas, and even forming new neurons in a process called neurogenesis. So the next time you're faced with a challenging task or a new skill to learn, remember the power of neuroplasticity. Your brain is not a rigid, unchangeable entity. It's a dynamic, evolving organ, always ready to adapt and grow. Every experience, every interaction, every thought can shape your brain in some way, altering its structure and function. Understanding and harnessing the power of neuroplasticity opens up new possibilities for learning, healing, and overall brain health. It shatters the myth of a static, unchanging brain and replaces it with a more hopeful narrative, one of resilience, adaptability, and endless potential. It's like having a constantly evolving supercomputer inside your head. Our brains are incredible sensory processing machines, but did you know that they're capable of so much more? This is where our journey into the sensory superpowers of the brain begins. When we think of our senses, we typically count them on one hand: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. But the reality is, our brains are capable of processing a myriad of sensory information that goes beyond these traditional 5. Picture this. Some individuals have the remarkable ability to navigate their surroundings using sound alone, much like bats. This is known as human echolocation. It's a sensory superpower that allows them to perceive objects in their environment by sensing echoes from those objects. This is not a skill we're all born with, but it's a testament to the brain's incredible capacity to adapt and expand its sensory abilities. Now let's dive into another sensory phenomenon: synesthesia. This is a condition where the brain mixes up the senses, leading to some extraordinary sensory experiences. Some people with synesthesia can see music as colors or taste words. They perceive the world in a way that most of us can't even imagine. It's like their brains have unlocked a secret sensory language, intertwining the senses in a symphony of perception. And here's another surprising fact. Our brains can also sense magnetic fields, a skill known as magnetoreception. While this is more prominent in birds and other animals, research suggests that humans too, on some level, may be able to perceive Earth's magnetic field. So our brains, it turns out, are not just processing machines, but sensory superheroes, capable of extraordinary feats. They push the boundaries of what we traditionally understand as sensory perception, opening up a world of possibilities that we are only beginning to understand. It's like living in a world where the boundaries between the senses blur. Our brains are constantly surprising us, unveiling the extraordinary in the ordinary, and reminding us that there's always more to explore, understand, and marvel at in this incredible organ that we carry within us. Memory is a fundamental aspect of our lives, but the way our brains store and retrieve memories is nothing short of extraordinary. Picture this. Every time you recall your first day of school or the taste of your favorite meal, your brain is performing a complex ballet of electrical and chemical processes. But here's the twist. Memories aren't stored in one specific location of our brain. Instead, they are scattered across various regions, each part storing a different aspect of the memory. Imagine your brain as a vast library. Instead of placing a single book on a single shelf, it rips the book apart, storing each page in a different location. The hippocampus, for example, might store the emotions associated with a memory, while the visual cortex retains the images. When you recall a memory, your brain quickly retrieves these scattered pages and stitches them together. But as impressive as this process is, it's not foolproof. Our memories are not the reliable record keepers we believe them to be. They are susceptible to change, distortion, and even outright fabrication. This is where the intriguing phenomenon of false memories comes into play. Imagine reminiscing about your childhood, recalling a vivid memory of getting lost in a supermarket. You remember the panic, the relief when you found your parents. Every detail is clear as day. But what if your parents told you it never happened? You'd be experiencing a false memory, a recollection of an event that didn't occur or occurred differently from how you remember it. Research has shown that each time we recall a memory, we expose it to potential modification. This could be due to current emotions, later experiences, or even suggestions from others. As we retrieve the memory, our brain rewrites it, subtly altering the details. It's as if our brain is an imaginative author, constantly editing its own story. So, while our memories shape our identities and guide our actions, they are far more malleable and subjective than we might think. It's like our brains are constantly rewriting history. And there you have it, folks. Just a glimpse into the incredible secrets that lie within the 3-pound mass of tissue between our ears. We've journeyed through the dynamic landscape of our brains, unveiling its extraordinary plasticity that defies the adage, "You can't teach an old dog new tricks." We've marveled at the brain's hidden sensory superpowers, discovering how some individuals can navigate their world using sound alone, or experience a symphony of color from a simple melody. And we've delved into the labyrinth of memory, learning how our minds store experiences across various regions, and how remembering can sometimes be akin to rewriting history. Astonishing, isn't it? But remember, this is just the tip of the iceberg. The brain's mysteries are vast and deep, waiting for us to explore and understand. Until next time, keep exploring and embracing the wonder of your own mind.